because we
get
do want to
comfortable
like get better at communicating.
for sure.
And I feel this could be like an easy way to do it. Well, not easy, but it's a different way that's like not. I don't know.
Just let the
It's not
converse.
normal. It's like a little different. So it's exciting at first, and maybe it gets you like to open up a new way to talk or something.
Yeah.
So yep.
Yeah,
Finally.
so we've been married 10 years. We've been together 11 years. So if you guys have any couples questions, marriage questions, kids questions, we're all open to questions. So definitely drop those and we can make a video about anything that you guys need help on.
Yeah, because we like recently started doing new things, right? Started
Yeah.
ice skating,
Yeah, we
started
got
doing new
new ice
things,
skates. So
and
we're
we want to
doing
try
that.
this too. See how
Yeah.
it is.
And let us know where you're watching. So I'm originally from Atlanta, Georgia. And you want to say where you're from? Originally?
Yeah, I'm originally from Western Ukraine, not affected by the war right now. It's Eastern Ukraine is affected by the war, but Western Ukraine. She's been there with me 3 times.
Three?
Visited
Four?
3. Yeah,
Yeah,
3.
3 times.
Last
But
time, we stayed like over a month and a half or almost 2 months with
yeah,
the kids. They got
with
to
two
see it and
kids.
stuff. That was like 2019, I think.
Yeah,
So
August to
yeah,
August 2019 to October
I
2019.
don't. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think I spent my
after
birthday there. Yeah,
after your birthday and after one of our children's
then my cousin
birthday.
did a whole thing for my birthday.
Yeah, that was
Wasn't that for the
nice.
kids' birthdays?
Yeah,
No, it wasn't for
yeah.
my birthday.
No,
I
it
don't
wasn't
remember.
for your birthday. It was both of our
Uh,
kids combined,
yeah,
so they could
I'm
have
gonna
all
put it
the.
here. Can't hold it.
I like to hold my mic, so they could
Yeah,
have all the family there, and it was one of our children's first birthday. So their
yeah,
very first birthday, they got to spend with
yeah,
family.
yeah. Yeah, so I'm originally from there, and I moved here. I moved to Atlanta in 2002, right the year right after the attack in New York. I watched that on TV there. That was crazy.
Yeah,
And 2002 March, and then it's been over like what 20 something years now. So
almost 23.
yeah,
Wow.
long time.
And you knew no English coming here.
No, no, because I chose to take French in
Oh,
Ukraine, so I didn't know
yeah.
nothing. And French doesn't sound nothing like English, though.
And
Yeah.
how many languages do you know?
Like 4 total, maybe
Yeah.
4.5.
What's the half?
I mean, the half is all kinds. I mean, Italian sounds a lot like one of what I know.
Yeah.
Bulgarian sounds a lot like what I
Yeah.
know. Spanish sounds a lot like what I know. So it's like a lot of languages together. Like I don't know, does British count? Is that a half language? Because that's English, but it's not really English,
Yeah.
is it? So
Australian.
that there you go. That's a half.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's another one.
yeah.
Okay.
So yeah,
Yeah,
that's okay.
so
But I mean, like living here, I feel like it's like when your first language, is like what language you're born with. But I've been here for so long now that's like my first language is like switched now. Like I don't.
so you think in English?
Yeah.
So with family. I
No,
feel like with family
no.
is
Like
two
there's
languages
no
going
because like
on.
with my only with my dad, because he's like older generation kind of thing, and he talks more like our language there. But uh,
Yeah.
everybody else is English. My mom, even my brother.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so I have a brother, and he lives in the U.S. too. Same time he came, the same time we did together. We came as a family together. So uh, then my grandparents on my dad's side came as well with us, but
Yeah.
they only stayed about 2 years. They didn't like the U.S. They said it was too much for them. So
It is too much,
yeah,
honestly.
yeah.
I
No,
mean, going
because of
from
the freedom
there
of movement. They
and
love like the freedom of movement.
yeah.
They love like getting in a car. Well, not car, but maybe like getting on a bike or something. They like short distances, and everything was so long distance here
Yeah,
that
especially in
they
Atlanta. You got to get on the freeway to just
Well, yeah,
to
they
get to
didn't want to,
Walmart. I
they
mean,
didn't want to depend on somebody to go somewhere. You know,
yeah.
they said that's the main reason
But
why
you
they,
go from a
you know.
small village in Ukraine to a huge city like Atlanta.
Well, I
I
mean,
mean, at an older
is it
age.
a village really? I mean, it is, but it isn't. You know, it's
No,
kind of
but
like
I mean
where they live.
at an
Yeah,
older age where you're
yeah,
already stuck in your ways and you're stuck in your
yeah.
little circle and
They no,
yeah,
they just
no.
my grandpa was always like the visiting type. He can never stay home long. You know, he has to visit somebody all the time.
Yeah.
So if he can't go by
He's on
himself,
the move.
yeah, if he
I
can't
mean,
go by
he's got
himself,
places
then
to go,
he's
people to see.
yeah.
I mean, he
No,
walks
he's
faster
been
than we do and he's what, 88?
now he is,
Yeah,
yeah.
he can
Yeah,
outwalk you.
now he is.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, no, he's you know, he was here. He left. My grandma left, and then we were here. My uncle's here with you know, his kids, my cousins and stuff. I don't even know what other family I actually have in the U.S.
That's it.
I think that's it.
Just your brother and your uncle and the family that he
Yeah,
has.
because my mom left. She's not here
Yeah.
anymore. So my dad's still here. They're divorced,
Yeah,
and
so your brother and your dad and your uncle.
well, my cousins from my uncle's side. That's it.
Right. So, yeah, I mean,
But
which
the
we
languages have switched for me now. So like you know, I don't
mm,
have like Russian, Ukrainian, and I also know Romanian, and like those are not the first language. The first languages for me anymore. First languages are like reverse now. There's like English is the first language, Russian, Ukrainian, Romanian. You
yeah,
know.
sometimes there was some dirty looks, but
Yeah. No,
sometimes.
that's for a different reason. They always thought that I was the American there,
Oh
and
yeah. So, yeah, when we go,
she was like, "Well, this American comes over here."
yeah, they think that
Yeah.
when I cannot reply back, that I'm
No,
stuck up
they thought she doesn't
and
like to. She doesn't want to,
yeah.
and
So that's a problem that I
they
got.
thought that I was the American. She's the one that's pretending to be American,
Yeah.
and you know, because that happens a lot in Ukraine. Like Americans will come there and marry some Ukrainian woman, and then she comes
Mhm.
back years later,
And she's
fancy
all
pantsy, you know, like I'm this and that, and they're like, you know, they know the type. But
yeah.
she's, I mean, it wasn't that situation
I
here, but
just
they just
fit the
thought it
type.
was.
I fit the type.
Well, I
I
think it's
get that.
because your lips, you know, you look like you have lip fillers in there,
I do. I
and you
get
look like you have butt
asked.
implants. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, no,
everybody's like
it's
thinking,
true.
oh, she's all like, you know,
Yeah, it's true. I get asked
yeah,
about my lips where I get them done.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
very
think
funny. But
you know what I'm saying though. Like you know, people, like women that go overseas, they get all the work done, and then they
yeah,
come back, and they're all like, you know, can't touch them, you
uppity
know,
up.
yeah. So
Yeah.
they feel like that's who you were,
Yeah, they do. I get the looks. I
and you're not,
get
but they
the
don't know that, you know.
conversations.
They think that I'm the American that you brought there,
Yeah.
and it's always the opposite. But they don't believe you, you know, until you
Yeah, no,
start
they don't
talking.
but even then they just think that I'm not
How do I
talking.
look? I don't even. I mean, people tell me I kind of Americanized, but
You do look American.
I do now. I guess yeah.
Yeah. And also you don't have an accent when you're
I
speaking
have an accent.
English.
Apparently, I
Some
have an
words.
accent. A
Some
lot of people
words.
now tell me like, "Ooh, where's that accent from?" I'm like, I don't have an
No,
accent.
on some words you do. Especially
Some words I
when
do.
he says 40.
No, I think it's like
Can you say 40?
40.
Say it again.
40. No, like when I talk to my mom or like in start talking in Russian or something, I start having an accent when I talk in English again. If I
No,
talk
you
for like
do.
a half a
If
day or
you talk to
something
your
or a day,
dad, I mean,
yeah.
even when you talk to your brother, I know you and your brother speak in English, but when you get off the phone with him, you have a Russian accent.
Yeah, no, I've noticed it
Yeah,
too.
you
I've
do.
noticed it too because people were telling me, "Oh, you have an accent." I'm like, "Where?" And they're
No.
like, "No, you have an accent." Then if I talk in or if I listen, even if I listen to Russian music or if I listen to like a Russian conversation
Hmm.
online or something, like in my mind, my brain switched on Russian. So I
Yeah.
like when I start speaking in English, there's an accent. I just
Yeah.
heard it right now. Yeah. Even when I start thinking that I'm thinking, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah. So let us know if you guys speak in any different languages.
it's hard for people like immigrants that come to the U.S. and they know
Yeah.
multiple languages. It's hard to switch over. Like it's you're switching from one language to another. You're always forgetting words. Like if you're really like doing it all the time, you're gonna constantly make mistakes.
Yeah.
And you
Especially
know,
like oh, I almost said her name, but I'm not gonna say her name. Your uncle's wife, when we're out and about shopping, lunch, whatever,
Well, she
She's
always has an accent
constantly,
though.
no, she's constantly speaking to me in Romanian though.
Oh yeah.
Like
Well,
every time, like when we're ordering food, I remember we went to Olive Garden and she was talking to the waitress and then looked at me about asking me something on the menu and just full on Romanian.
yeah,
And I was just like,
and
yeah,
that's because
I
like
just know one
where we
word
live,
in Romanian.
so we live so west out in Ukraine that it's near the border with Ukraine. It's the
Yeah.
border near the border with Moldova, and the national languages of Romania and Moldova are basically Romanian. So it crosses over the border. Some of the language, like people know on both sides of the border. Like the Romanian, they'll know on both sides of the border, close to the border. If you start going outside of the border, it's like when you go down in South Texas, everybody kind of is like Spanish
Spanish.
and
Yeah.
English,
Yeah.
like that type of thing.
But it's so funny because your grandpa speaks to you in Romanian and
Yeah,
then starts talking to me in Russian.
yeah, no, because
It's
it's
just
like a
so,
bilingual area. Yeah, you just
yeah.
you both know both. I mean, it's not really Romanian, but it's like a variation of, because it's like when you live in South Texas, they're not gonna speak like Spanish the way they speak it in Mexico. They're gonna speak it a
Yeah.
little different because it's such a variation. But yeah,
Yeah. That's cool.
they know many languages over there. Yeah,
Yeah.
the cat's
And
over here is
and hopefully
joking.
I think I'll be going in a few months. So yeah.
Yeah,
So
it
stay
might
tuned for
be.
that. I will vlog. I will make a nice vlog out of that. And you
Yeah,
guys, if you haven't seen Ukraine or whatever, I'll take you along
yeah.
with me.
Hopefully, by the time you go, it'll be over. The war.
Yeah.
They just want that to end. It's so like war is the worst. You don't want it to
Yeah.
happen anywhere, and it's just killing the country. I just hope it ends as soon as possible.
And thank God like your family.
Yeah, so far
Yeah,
nobody's
so
been hurt in
all
my family.
yeah, they're all safe
So
and
there's been some activity around, like some rockets landing some places around there, but nothing hit anywhere
has the
close
power
yet.
went
Like
out over
within a
there?
couple miles. Yeah, they don't have
Yeah.
power constantly. Yeah,
No, I mean like your family. Like I know
yeah,
like in the
yeah,
area where it's
yeah. They
happening.
they
Yeah.
say they have blackouts all the time because of it. Yeah,
Mm,
yeah. Like my
yeah.
mom just went to Ukraine, uh, across the border, and she said the same thing. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
so his mom lives in a neighboring country.
yeah. She moved to Moldova, the neighboring country, because she got
Yeah.
remarried, and her husband lives in Moldova, and she lives about 5 or 10 minutes from the Ukrainian border,
Yeah.
and she constantly goes in and out. And whenever she goes to my um, cousin's house or my aunt's, she always tells me like what's going on, and she says they have like blackouts all the time, no
Yeah.
internet. Their groceries are like constantly like low in the stores and stuff. So yeah, they're having issues.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah,
But we hope for the best.
yeah,
I mean,
it's war. What can you
hope it
hope
ends
for?
soon.
Hopefully it'll end.
Those guys had enough,
Yeah, war. You know how it is.
Yeah.
It's never good for anybody. But yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, so then I moved here in 2002, and then we stayed in Georgia basically till we met. And
yeah.
then after we met, we got
No,
married.
we got married and
We
then
moved to Tennessee. Then from Tennessee, we moved closer to family in Missouri,
yeah.
which where
So
we are now.
we're in Missouri right now. But we are thinking to move
Yeah, we'll see if we
more
move.
north.
I don't know.
Yeah, so let us know in the comments if you live like what are the best places to live like in Chicago? What are some of the best places to live in Washington State? Those are a few places that we're kind of looking at. I
Yeah,
definitely
kind of like Wisconsin.
or Wisconsin. Let us know any of the cities
Yeah,
are nice areas to move, especially if you have kids.
yeah.
Which they're in a private school, so public school really doesn't.
Private Christian school.
Yeah, private Christian school. So let us know if
Not because
you.
we're fancy, but
Yeah, we're not
there's
fancy.
no real options.
No, there's just no. Yeah, no,
There's
we
no real
don't.
options, and it's
We're not
affordable.
doing
It's
that.
an affordable school, so that's
Yeah, affordable,
yeah,
private,
yeah,
and a good area.
yeah. Because
So
we would have
let
put
us
them in
know.
public school, but it was not an option at the
It's not
time.
an option these days. No, maybe when we were going to school,
Yeah,
maybe.
no, it's changed a lot since then.
Yeah, no,
Um,
not safe at all.
Well, you
I
got
wouldn't
these
send
school shootings
our
and stuff, man.
yeah. I wouldn't even
Yeah.
send our little cat over there to a public school. I just couldn't trust anyone with Nemo over there.
Nemo.
Yeah. No, he's sleeping. So this cat, he is up. He sleeps all day. Cat naps all day. And then about 2 a.m., he's running around. I mean, running.
Parkour. All
Yeah.
right.
Until like 7, 8 in the morning. Yeah. So let us know if you have any
Yeah, no,
tips,
and
tricks. I mean, he is a
what
kitten
about you?
still.
Like, you want to say like how you, like where you were born and where you moved to and
Yeah.
stuff until
So,
before you met me, and then after, you definitely I would say.
yeah. So I was born in Atlanta, Georgia. So let me know if you're from Atlanta and you're watching this.
That's where
West.
we met. We
Yeah.
met in Atlanta.
Yeah. We met in Atlanta. Um, West of Atlanta, from West Atlanta. And then I moved to um, Mississippi when I was small, 5 or 6, barely remember it. And then we moved back to Atlanta, and I just grew up there. And then maybe 2010, I moved to San Diego, California for a few years. Not my place. I do not like it. Uh, Very expensive, extremely expensive. No. And I moved back to Atlanta. And then not long after that, I met him. I lived close to downtown for a while, downtown Atlanta. Um, yeah. So I'm from Atlanta. I'm
Hot
from
Atlanta.
Hot Atlanta, the dirty, from the dirty South.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I will. Atlanta's got a place in my heart. That's no. I
Well, it's
mean,
not. I grew up there too, basically from 11 to when we met.
yeah.
And so like it's kind of like I feel like it's kind of home too.
Oh, and if you're ever going to Atlanta, definitely check out the Jeju Sauna. That's in Gwinnett, right? It's in Gwinnett.
No,
No, where is
Duluth.
that?
I think.
Duluth. Yeah, it's in Duluth. It's anyways, it's a 24-hour
I think
sauna.
Duluth. I'm not sure.
I think so. Yeah, because it's next to the Mall of Georgia.
Right
Yeah.
next to it. Yeah.
So if you're there, definitely check that out.
No, 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 no,
No, it's not.
no. That's not Mall of Georgia.
No.
No, that's Gwinnett Mall.
Gwinnett
I think.
Mall.
I don't
Is
know.
it?
It's been so many years now. I can't remember.
Okay, anyways, check them out.
It's like Pleasant Hill. I know
Oh
that.
yeah, Pleasant Hill exit.
Yeah, it's Pleasant
That's
Hill.
exit 89, isn't it?
No, 104.
104. Oh look. I'm from there and you know more than
I
me.
live there
Yeah, I know you
too.
live there. Okay,
I live in
it's
that
off
area. You
Pleasant
lived in
Hill.
another area.
Anyways, Jeju Sauna.
Yeah,
And they're
that's a
open
good
24
sauna.
hours.
That's a really nice sauna.
It's a great sauna. That is one thing for
24. It's
sure.
open 24/7, right?
Yeah, 24/7. And I
What is it?
think
Korean, right?
Korean spa.
Korean bath house or something.
I don't know, but it is very nice, guys. Like I think it when I went, it was like 20 for 24 hours. Now I think it's like 35 or 40.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And you go 20, you get like a 24-hour pass. They got different saunas. You get like a locker closed, like a little key tag bracelet type thing. So if you get anything done, massages or whatever, food,
They have massages there?
yeah, they got
Oh,
massages.
wow.
Yeah, very nice.
I never knew that.
Definitely check that out. That is one thing for
All
sure.
I know
Other
is
than my family, I miss my family, but this place,
no. They have like my favorite part about that place is just how many like rooms they have
yeah, different
for like
saunas, guys,
saunas.
for
Like they have a
sure.
gold room,
Yeah,
crystal
gold and
room,
silver room, salt
yeah,
room,
charcoal room.
charcoal. They have like a freezer.
There's a freezer.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
like
I
a
forgot.
freezer.
Like for inflammation, I guess.
I guess so.
Yeah, that's
Clay
nice.
room, and then when you first go in, there's a woman's side and a men's side, and you go in there. In the women's side, in the women locker rooms, they have different things: jacuzzis, pools, like a steam sauna. And then you all
Yeah,
go and
and
meet in the middle, and that's where you can do like salt room, gold and
yeah,
silver, all
it's a
that.
big place.
It's a huge place.
It's a big place, and they have like a restaurants inside too where you can eat
Yeah,
because you do get hungry
they got
from
Korean
sweating,
food
man.
and it's very
You
nice.
get so hungry after sweating,
Yeah, for
you
real.
want to eat.
Oh, they got a saltwater pool.
I don't
That's
know.
nice. Yeah.
I didn't go in there.
So yeah, yeah, it's in the
Actually, I
back.
think I remember the pool.
Yeah, it's like behind like the
But they
little,
like when you walk in, you undress and they give you their own clothes to wear, right?
yeah, shorts and a shirt.
Because you gotta sweat,
Mm-hmm.
and then you don't
And you
have
can
to,
get,
bring your own clothes to sweat in.
yeah, and then you can go like in the back in your locker room, and they give you new clothes every time. So it's not
Oh
like you
really?
wear, yeah, it's not like you wear the same clothes the whole time.
I don't think I did that.
Yeah, no, you can get fresh clothes. They got showers, so definitely bring like your shower shoes and shampoos or whatever. They
Yeah.
got some available too. Not shower shoes, but the shampoos and
All I
stuff.
remember is leaving that place. I don't know how many times I went there, but every time I left that place, it was so
Nemo,
relaxed. Like
look what he's doing. Oh my word. I
it was
cannot.
so relaxed. I was like really relaxed after all that like saunas, and you
Yeah.
just feel hungry,
You feel,
rejuvenated. Just like
yeah, you feel like a new person. That is one thing.
it's nice.
Anything out of Atlanta, like I I go to visit family and I will, but you will find me at that spa. I will stay there the whole time.
It's nice.
Yeah. Um so yeah, not a whole lot of moving around. I mean, I moved from, apartment to apartment a few times in Atlanta, but nothing. I wasn't
Yeah,
going to move out of Atlanta for nothing.
yeah. I mean, now you wouldn't move back into it.
I wouldn't want to move back just because I did a lot of growth.
Yeah,
But if I was still in the same position, like if I was still in the same mindset that I was a few years ago, yeah, I would. Guys, like, you don't know how hard it was for me to move here. I'm just now, like last year, I just got comfortable being here.
mm,
So what? Total 4 years. Like, I would cry on a daily. You go from a big city doing a lot of things, different things every day, to a little bitty town.
that's not that little.
It's not that little, but coming from Atlanta, this is like a town in Atlanta.
Yeah, at first,
So
but even this place grew now.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, the place is
I mean,
growing. They're supposed to be getting a Trader
the
Joe's.
things that we have here is like basically everything you kind of need,
Everything you need,
except for Costco.
even yeah. There's no Costco. They do have a Sam's
There's
Club.
two Sam's, one
No,
30
there's
minutes from here, and then one in
oh
this
yeah,
town.
yeah. One
Yeah,
30 minutes from here and then one here. But and they're supposed to be getting a Trader Joe's pretty soon. But they have
yeah.
everything. I mean, they got the Lulu store, they got a mall. I mean, they got but it's just like a town in Atlanta for
No,
so
really, because town in Atlanta wouldn't have this much. You know,
some places. I mean, like
I don't know, maybe
for instance, like Swanee, they got everything there.
Swanee.
Yeah,
Um,
Alpharetta. Alpharetta has every single thing, and
Swanee. Oh yeah, no,
yes,
Swanee is like near where the Mall of Georgia is actually.
right. So
Yeah,
they do,
yeah,
but I'm
yeah.
just saying,
That street's got everything.
yeah. But
Yeah.
when you come in from Atlanta and you go to, it will take
No,
unless
yeah,
you do like personal growth, unless you like, if you come here at a young age and you grow your family, you're like, okay, this is a smaller place is good to be. But if you're still in the mindset of, no, I need like everything around me, I need this and I need that and I need this,
well, if you
it's
feel like you have to have a busy
it's
lifestyle, like
this you will land in the cuckoo
no,
house.
yeah, but I'm saying like if you feel like you're inside, you need to always be doing something, then you have to be in a big city. Then it's like that's you can't move to
You're
a
not
smaller town.
settled.
Yeah,
Like you're not settled within
but
yourself, I
if you
believe.
kind of have and know what you want, you can move to a smaller town and you'll be okay.
Yeah, it has definitely been, I would say, a blessing for me. because it's made me like settle down a lot more and makes me think differently, just act differently.
Yeah,
I don't take a lot of things for granted now.
mm,
Um,
me personally, I kind of had enough in big city. I don't know,
I
traffic.
still love it. I still love Chicago, like Chicago though. I
Yeah,
like Chicago more than I ever did Atlanta, but
it's a lot nicer,
a lot
more
cleaner,
things.
more cleaner. It is clean. I'm not talking about South Side Chicago
We're south of Atlanta.
or south of Atlanta. No.
It's the same thing.
uh, but yeah, let me know if you're watching from Chicago. I love you guys. You're awesome.
No, Chicago's nice.
And the
We went up
food,
there and saw
you
like,
guys can make some food in
yeah,
Chicago.
it's good.
I just love the North life. Like,
Mountains and snow.
yeah. But it's just a lot of good things, you know, for
We
families
went
and stuff.
last, I don't know, was it summer?
In July.
And we went and saw like the Home Alone houses from the
Yeah.
Home Alone
Yeah.
4 and then Home Alone 1
No, it was Home Alone 3
or
or
3.
2. No, wait, which one? Okay, the first one, they forget him. Home Alone 1, they forget
They
him.
forget in
We
all of
saw,
them. They
no,
forget them,
I
but
mean, they forget him at home. Like they were going
well,
to
they always
Paris.
forget. Yeah, but they always forget him.
I
But
know, but hold on. That's number one. Number two, which one's New York?
second one,
Second one's New York. Then it's the third one where he gets chickenpox,
yeah, that's the
where
one.
Mrs. Hess
Yeah,
gets in the garage.
yeah. So the
So the
first and the
first
third.
and third.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I mean the second is still the first house. The first from the first movie. They started out there.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyways, we saw
The
those.
fourth one sucks.
Yeah. I'm done with the Home Alones. It's like the
No, they could
first.
make a good one, but a remake would be nice. But like it would be like a good one.
Nothing can top the first one.
It'd be hard. That's always disappointing when they make remakes.
It's like the Taken. They kept making and making. Like the first
Or
one
the
is
Fast and the
amazing.
Furious.
Yeah, that's done. They need to
After
just.
about the fifth or sixth one, I was like, this is just a rerun.
But anyways, guys, with the Chicago, yeah, we love you guys. I love Chicago.
And Chicago's
I mean, the
great. I
people, the
love like
food.
there's like a whole Ukrainian community there, Russian community there,
Yeah.
Polish community there. And no, there is no like problem with people here in the US between Russian and Ukrainian. Everybody's fine.
Yeah.
You know, we
All
just
get
need to get
along.
over everything and just move on because it's life is life. Things happen, but you just need to
And
get along and move
not
on.
just that, I feel like every Russian family has a Ukrainian
Oh, it's
family.
so mixed that
Every
it's so
yeah,
hard
every
to
Ukrainian
say anything,
person,
you know?
I mean, every Ukrainian family
Like,
has Russian.
yeah.
You have both. Your
I
family. You're
have family
fighting
in
against family.
I have family in Russia and I have family in Ukraine.
I know.
I
It's
can't.
family against family.
It's just so hard to see, you know. But here, it's like people try to just live, you know. Yeah, there's always a little bit of
Yeah.
tension, but you know, I think it's just normal. You know, people will have that, but
Yeah.
I think it just needs to end and move on. And then
Yeah.
we have a lot of better things to do than just fight. There's a
Yeah.
lot nicer things to do in life.
Enjoy life. Enjoy, you know,
We have a whole future,
family.
you know.
Enjoy raising
Yeah, we have a
kids
whole future
and
here. And by the way, Ukraine, you know, you've seen. I mean, it's a beautiful country, you know.
yeah, it's
Nice
really
people,
beautiful.
good food, you know, like amazing people, you know. And amazing people, you also have amazing people in Russia. It's not like they're bad people. You also have nice people in Romania and Moldova. Like all the Eastern countries have nice people. I mean, it's just tragedy
They
to see
just
like people from there being such corrupt countries that just don't get ahead and they get into wars and just do stupid things. Like they need to move on and then get a
yeah.
whole generation of people that just want to grow and make the country better and move on. That's it.
Yeah.
No more
Enjoy
fighting,
life.
just economic, like try to make the country better economically, get more jobs there. You know, get a nice bright
Yeah.
future for the people, for the young people, so they want to stay
Build each
and
other
live.
up.
That's why one of the
You
reasons
know.
why we left Ukraine was not only because they were kind of persecuting people that were like had certain beliefs at certain times in the 90s, but also there was no jobs. There was nothing you can do with a diploma there if you went to school. So
Yeah. Yeah.
there's like even if you
There's no
got a
jobs,
diploma
but
in Ukraine, like you could only go to a certain job with that diploma if you knew somebody. You know,
mm-hmm.
you'll get something, but it's nothing to write home about.
Yeah.
and then you could lose that job at any second if somebody doesn't like you. You know, there's no like
Yeah.
stability. Now there's a little bit more, but because of the war, like kind of everything kind of like froze. But hopefully it will go back to like
Yeah. We
prosperity
just
and
gotta
stuff in
keep
a few years.
praying
Yeah, no, it's
and
it's it's
praying
tough,
for
but I
the
think I
people,
think it can be
praying.
done. I know tensions can be high sometimes, but young people I think are ready to move on, and make a life, because that's all we really want is to
Yeah.
to have a better future.
It's just an,
I'm American now, no matter what. I'm not Ukrainian anymore by you know nationality, because I'm not. I lived here for a long time, but I still feel bad about people
well,
living
that's
here.
where you're from. That's your
Yeah,
home country. I mean, it's like if I go live somewhere else and it happens here,
yeah,
and while my family's here,
yeah,
your heart's still back home.
yeah.
I mean, it's your heart is with your
You're
family.
always gonna feel bad for the people. I mean,
Yeah.
I had like
No
not
matter where
only.
you come
I
from,
mean, I have
you
obviously have family there, but
yeah.
like I don't. I'm not gonna go back and live there, again.
Yeah.
So I can visit.
Yeah, we
That's
can
about it.
visit. Yeah. Love visiting.
Yeah, yeah.
Um yeah.
I mean, nobody knows the future for sure, but I don't really see that happening.
Yeah. Hopefully it just ends soon and everybody
That's
can
all. That's all
just
anybody
start
can wish
having
for right
some
now. Yeah.
peace and
It's. I think it's close. I think it's close.
yeah.
I think it's close to ending. So that's good news.
So if anybody is watching this that's, over
Yeah.
there, we're definitely praying for you
I was
guys
raised,
and
Christian, and I was raised to know that everybody's God's children, no matter what country they live in, and no matter where they come from and what they do. And I feel like that's the number one reason why people should stop fighting and just get along with each other, because everybody's God's child. You can't be responsible for everybody, but everybody's God's child, and you got to move on.
yeah,
Forgiveness and move on.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nemo has joined. He's right in the middle.
Yeah. So
Yeah, cute little guy.
we definitely want to like start talking more to each other, and
Yeah,
just to
so
see what thoughts we have and stuff that we can't maybe like talk about any other way. I don't know.
yeah, I don't know.
Things can come up.
That's our first
Yeah,
video.
we might come up a little nervous, but
Yeah, but we're okay.
we're
We're just warming up and getting used
yeah,
to being recorded and talking. Yeah. But yeah, like I said in the beginning, we've been married 10 years, together for 11. This is our 11th year. 2 kids, 9 and 6. So we definitely have some experience there.
yeah.
So if you need, or if you have
Yeah,
any questions,
we had a
be nice.
kind of a marriage challenge like a couple years ago now, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the biggest thing we've went through in our marriage, but
Yeah.
thank God everything kind of settled down, and it didn't last too long. It lasted a few
Yeah.
months, but I think it could have been a lot worse. I think thank God it went the way it went, because it always could be worse.
Yeah, for
Everybody
sure.
was safe and healthy, and
Yeah.
you know.
It was just before someone says cheating, absolutely not. It was not cheating. It was none of that. I think just things throughout the years just piled up and exploded.
Yeah,
And you got to communicate
yeah,
because
that's
that
one of
was
the reasons why we're doing this right
yeah,
now.
that was our number one thing is we didn't communicate and we would always say uh well, it's your fault for this or it's your fault for that. I think that was
A couple of minutes.
oh, yeah, I think it was one of the biggest things, just constantly blaming the other
It's
person.
communication. Like I feel like
Yeah.
it's like communicating between like husband and wife is not always simple.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's simple, and sometimes it's like one word can derail a whole thing. And it's
Yeah.
like you don't really mean to do it,
And
but it just
also
happens, you know.
also what makes it hard too is because it's
So
like you have a man's point of view where I'm coming from a woman's point of view, and also culturally.
yeah,
Like culturally too, guys, like
yeah, because
yeah,
there
that
is a
can get in the
difference.
way.
There is a difference in like, and I'm like, in my mind, I'm like more American now than I am European. But also, the European side and the person that is from Europe will never go away. It doesn't matter if you were born here. If you have parents that are European, it's in your blood. You're
Yeah.
gonna react certain different ways than American people do, or other people that because everybody here is really not American. They're immigrants, but they've lived here, they were born here, their parents were born here, so it's like a
Yeah.
different mentality.
But
It's not
still
necessarily bad or good, it's just different, and it takes a
it's
little
different.
bit to learn it. It takes a little bit to become uh, like acclimated or
Yeah.
adjusted to it. But when I understand the American culture very well, like
Yeah.
especially like in the South or where we live now, and I like it, and I like certain parts of everything about the US here. I like certain parts of the
I think we
Ukrainian, European culture, but not everything.
yeah, I think we just take the good from
Yeah,
both
yeah,
and
yeah,
we make it our own.
yeah.
I'll
So
take the good from me and you
yeah,
take the good from you, and we
yeah,
we bring it to the table. And I
yeah,
think for the past 2 years we've been
yeah,
doing that. So we definitely been
yeah,
on the same page. We've
yeah,
still working on
yeah,
communication, still working on when the person's trying to explain themselves
yeah,
uh when we're heated. So instead of just talking, we
yeah,
that's definitely one of my things. I got to stop and listen and hear it out. But yeah, everybody could.
yeah. The
So
culture thinking has a little
culture
bit.
thing, yeah.
The husband wife has a little bit, and it's
A
like
woman's side to a
you,
man's side
yeah.
of
And if
you.
you don't like
Yeah.
stop, I mean, growing up, it's kind of like you kind of learn that patience a little bit too, but like sometimes in an argument or a heated moment, you can say something, a word, and you can really like not. It really could derail a lot of what you did for
Yeah.
the past 3 4 years. But
Yeah.
it's that's the part about
What?
it. It's like you want to communicate and try to like be patient about it. Not like
Oh yeah,
judge it right away.
patience. Patience is another one.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
it should come out of like respect and love. You should trust the person what that they don't want to like harm or
No, just trust
hurt
the
you or
person that
something.
they have your best interests.
Yeah, yeah. You don't
Yeah.
want you don't want to like judge right away. Like, oh, I can't believe you
Or
said
you,
that.
yeah.
It should be like more like, what do you mean? Do you mean like
And I'm
something
just a
by
little,
that?
and
That's
I can be a little spicy sometimes. So yeah,
a little bit,
be a little spicy.
but
Um,
it's
but
other
yeah,
than
we
that.
definitely have, a lot of, and we have also different experiences.
Yeah,
So yeah,
yeah, yeah,
different lifestyles, different
yeah. So maybe like
backgrounds.
in the future, we can like make a video where we're gonna like ask each other some like men versus women questions, as
Yeah,
far as like what do women think about this, or what do men think about that, and we can do that later. Maybe
yeah,
maybe that'll be interesting.
yeah. So that's, um,
Yeah, because we
yeah,
went through some, not only like the 2 years ago, well, throughout the years we've been through different situations, and
all kinds of different.
kids, no kids, family. She's had people passing in her family. I've had people passing in my family, and it's been
Yeah,
tough sometimes, and a lot of things
yeah,
happen like that could put us in a tough situation, and
yeah, definitely.
we can maybe talk with other people or tell people about our experience. Maybe it could help somebody, maybe it won't, but
Yeah,
at least we can like put it out there, and maybe if it helps somebody, that's great. Yeah,
yeah, for sure. I know with one of mine, he said, because we were asking about like some of our background, like he's from Ukraine, has a brother, um, from Atlanta. So I have two siblings, a sister, she's got 3 kids. Yeah, um, she's also going through some things, so uh, be praying for her. And then I lost my brother in 2017. So that's one of something that really hit us really hard, very close, very shocking. Um,
Yeah.
So if you guys want a separate video about that, it's definitely
Still has a hard time talking about it
yeah,
sometimes. So
still got a
maybe
very
if we
hard
get to
time.
it sometime, I don't
Yeah, we'll
know.
get to it sometime, but just let us know if you're interested about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we
Yeah, we're just gonna
but
feel like
but
I think we're gonna talk about like whatever comes to.
but I think the best thing is like no matter what we've been through it together.
Yeah.
You know, like if it's been hard on your family and you, hard on me, my family.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, we've done it together. We've been through it together, and it's like one of the best things.
Yeah.
Even if we've gone through it like arguing, we've done it together.
I don't think it's a bad thing, just to argue about something, because it's like two different people. You're gonna have different views on things, but
And it's also something when you're arguing because this has happened to me. This is one of those. So I know it's going around TikTok like we listen and we don't judge. It's one of these moments like we listen and we don't judge type moment that I'm about to say. Uh, so we've been arguing before, and about finally when I decided to shut up and listen, he would say something and it would totally click, and I would be like, in my mind, I'd be like, oh man. But sometimes I would still act like I'm mad. But it would totally make sense what you were trying to say or what you were trying to explain. It would click. That's happened. And I
yeah.
would, you know how you can tell is I just look mad, but I'm not saying anything. That's how you know it's clicked.
Yeah.
Are we still recording?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
About 45 minutes in.
Oh wow. Yeah, so little normal arguing is good. It definitely
Yeah,
does
no,
something
I
to
don't
your
think I don't
character.
think like not. I don't know if there's any couples out there that don't ever argue, or people that are married. Is that a thing?
No,
Because if that is, I'd like to know more about how they live. Because I don't know.
I
That's
don't know.
that's
I
Everybody that I've ever known has had arguments, like that were in relationships, but they're like not necessarily always like bad. You come out better out of that usually.
Yeah, you
But that's
usually
only like if you actually have the right person with you. If you don't, it's gonna be. I feel like it's gonna be a struggle. And it's never gonna end.
yeah.
It's like you know, it's just constant. Somebody's doesn't not happy with something because I've seen that many times.
Yeah,
I've
I
been
have
in that
too.
once or twice. I'm sure
Yeah,
you have too.
I've
Before
had
we met each other.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Not just that, I have family members that's married, divorced, married, divorced, married, divorced, and
On the
several family.
merry-go-round, just get on,
Yeah,
get off, get
yeah,
on, get off.
literally a merry-go-round for sure. Uh, but my parents, so technically my grandparents raised me. They took me home from the hospital. So I refer to them as my parents and forever will. So my parents, their anniversary is coming up in a few days next week, and I think they've been married. Oh man, like 55 years, I want to say.
Yeah, they're like the
Yeah,
like
56,
old
50.
kind of marriage where they stay together no
Yeah,
matter what kind of thing.
yeah, and they love each other. You can tell, but they can't stand
They
each other
hate
either.
and love each other in the same sentence. I've seen it. Yeah, but that's my
Yeah,
grandparents too. That's exactly
yeah,
how they
they
were.
have two totally different rooms.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, yeah.
they argue, and
Mine just had separate
when
beds in the same room.
when I'm on the phone with my parents, they will argue, and all I can do is laugh because it's the funniest arguments.
Yeah, yeah. It's
Yeah,
yeah, because my grandparents. Most of them have passed away, but when they were alive, when they were arguing, same thing, comedy. Like
yeah,
just to
it's
hear
for
them argue
sure.
was a comedy show.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
it's
that older generation. They're like that. They like their insults are like not really insults. They're just like funny.
it's fun.
They're when
It's
they're
comedy.
insulting
It's
each
like
other,
you're at a comedy
they're
show.
just like you know they don't mean it, you know, even though they're mad, they don't mean it, but they're just saying some really funny stuff, and you're like,
Yeah.
I can't believe this. I'm hearing this right now.
Oh, and just so speaking about my grandparents, so my grandfather, they have a cat, and he literally named it after one of his ex-girlfriends, Maggie. And I asked the story behind that. And before
I
my
remember you telling
grandpa
me that.
could get one little word out, my grandmother was telling me the full story. It's a redhead that he met down at the local bar. And I walked in that bar. His brother came and picked me up. And I walked in that bar and I dragged her off of him.
Did you really?
Yes.
Was she exaggerating?
No, I asked my grandfather, did she? And he's like, yes, she did. You were dancing with that woman. And then
Well,
guess
were they
what?
together at the time?
Yes.
Like married?
I don't know if they were married, but they were together.
Oh, wow.
Anyways, my grandpa confirmed, yeah.
That's
And
funny.
he was dancing with her and everything, but he named the cat after Maggie.
You've seen your grandpa dance before?
Never.
Wonder how that looked
I
like.
don't know. My grandpa, he's the skinniest little thing I've ever
Well, he
seen.
wasn't like that back then, right?
Yeah,
He still was?
he's always been like
Oh,
tall and skinny. Yeah, he's literally, I think, like 110
how
pounds.
tall was he back in the day? He could have been that
I
tall.
don't know, cause see, my grandma's side of the family is very short, and I feel like my grandfather's side of the family is very normal. So to them, it's tall.
Yeah,
I don't know. My grandma's 4'11" or 4'10".
he's short. Yeah,
She's very short. Yeah, I don't know. My grandpa might be like 5'9".
yeah, that's pretty average.
But yeah. But anyway, so the cat is Maggie. So Maggie, if you're out there, you're very popular. Still.
In that house.
Yeah, and they still argue over you. Maggie.
I don't know. I could do that. I don't know.
Oh, and I keep calling the cat Molly. And my grandmother says, "Oh, that was your dad's other girlfriend too, Molly."
She knew all of them, huh?
Oh, she knows every single one of
How
his
many did your
girlfriends.
grandpa have?
I don't know. He was a player back in the day. He was
Apparently,
spoiled. He was the baby
I
boy.
think he's from Kentucky, right?
Yeah, my parents are from
Yeah,
Kentucky.
apparently he had a lot of like wealth back in the day,
Yeah, he had wealth back in the day, a
and
lot of cars.
cars, and
He
yeah, it's popular.
he was the baby boy of the family. All the brothers were in the military and
Yeah,
whatnot, and well, he was just around town, I guess. But yeah, so they've been married. I
I'm
don't know.
telling you that old generation, you just like
Comedy.
they have their own world. You know, you can't like
Yeah.
can't match that. But they talk their own way. They do their own thing. You can never convince them to do anything different than what they do. They're
Yeah.
stubborn as a goat. That's it. It was
Yeah,
done. Same with
they're
my
funny.
grandparents and even
Yeah,
my
your
parents. My
grandpa's
parents
a
are
funny
very,
guy.
yeah,
Yeah, his
yeah.
grandpa's very
If you
funny.
understood the language of what he
Yeah.
says, you'd probably like roll on the floor. It's not. He doesn't even try. It's just natural to
Yeah,
him. You know.
it's like
He just says stuff
my
what he says. You know, and he thinks it's normal.
yeah. No, they do. Yeah. Like they don't even like
Yeah,
smile
because
about
my
it.
like
It's
last
like
time we went there, my grandpa asked because he was 85 at the time, I think, or 84, something like that.
oh, he's 88 and we went.
Well, the first or second time we went, it wasn't like the last
Oh, I
time.
think he was like 82.
Because he told me he was asking me if, what do I think about him getting remarried. And I said to him like I I don't even know what to say. I don't even Is that even legal after 80 years old?
No, but I
Is there
thought
like a
he's
limit where you
yeah,
gotta
but
cut off?
he also said that women in the town tried to come to his door, right?
Yeah, he's
After his wife passed.
you know, the funny part was that he said to me that this woman tried to um marry him, and he got mad at her to where he was gonna leave his Christianity for 5 minutes to like beat her, like not actually beat her, but like shoo her away from the house.
Yeah.
And the way he said that was just funny. And I was like,
Yeah.
who talks that way? It's like, who says that? Just
Like they were
that
gonna
generation,
they were
they're
gonna
crazy.
come and take him away and marry him. Like, hey, you have to sign
No,
the
like
papers too.
she was, you know how the word she used, she was sniffing around the house, you know. She was sniffing. And he was like, I had to, like, it's like an animal comes around the house, you have to take a shoe and like, go away, go.
Yeah.
That's how he describes his, you
He's
know.
a character. Yeah.
Nah, that whole generation has their own language. You know?
Yeah.
That's just funny.
It is funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta shoo her away.
She was sniffing around.
That's funny.
It's like
Yeah,
a
so
squirrel.
hopefully when I go over there I'm gonna stop by and visit.
Yeah.
See how
We were
he's
able to
doing,
take
and
the kids there last time. He saw
yeah, I saw
his
his
what?
first great grandchildren.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, they are his first great
Yeah.
grandkids. Yeah.
Yeah.
We send him pictures
Yeah.
and things like that.
He was happy to see those
He's
pictures.
got
Yeah.
a funny phone situation.
Oh yeah, he's got a
Yeah.
phone. He's got something called a Magic Jack. I don't even think that exists anymore. It was a U.S. company that made like
And that was
phones.
like 15 years ago
Yeah,
plus.
yeah. So they bought it from like a few years ago. They put it in his house to where he has a U.S. number, so he doesn't have to call internationally. Basically, he just
Yeah.
picks up the phone and dials regularly like a number in the U.S. and he
Yeah.
get through. But he basically turns it off and only turns it on when he wants to make a call, and as
Yeah.
soon as he's done with the call he turns it right back off. so
So it's hard to get a hold of him.
yeah, you
So
can't,
we just send pictures and write on the back of the pictures
yeah,
and let that be that.
yeah.
Yeah. That's
But
very
he, at
funny.
the same time, he complains nobody calls him and nobody talks to him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, we can't call.
yeah.
I think you called
I
so
left voicemails, I called,
you
there's,
called for a month straight once.
there's no answer. And then funny part was when he got those pictures that we sent,
Yeah.
he forgot who the pictures were with and who was in the photo.
And it says it on the back of them.
Yeah, you wrote them in Russian to him.
Yeah, I wrote them in Russian and
And he was
the
like,
ages of
he
our
called my
children.
uncle because he can't call me directly because he doesn't know the number because it's changed. But he called my uncle. Was like, who are these people in these photos? Who sent me pictures?
And then your uncle's like, "Oh, that's Joseph
He's
and his
remember. Here's the
wife."
thing.
And
He is not like, he doesn't have dementia. He doesn't have anything. He's perfectly like fine with his mind. Like he remembers stuff from 20 years ago, 30 years ago. For some reason, like he forgot who it was in the picture. Maybe they changed. You know, maybe the kids changed.
yeah, they did change because
Yeah.
when we went there, our youngest just turned a year old. I mean, let's see, she was 10 months when we got
And she
there.
was baby,
Yeah, and then now
yeah.
over 6 years old. So yeah.
Well, her, yeah, Max, yeah, we kind of grew up too, but
Yeah.
it's just funny. Like, you know, he's like, who's sending me a picture?
Yeah.
And then my uncle told him who it was, and like, probably, you know, yours. Okay.
Mhm. Yeah, and then he remembered.
Yeah, then he, you know, said
And then it all came back to him.
Yeah, then he congratulated us with the new year and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, very nice. Very nice guy. Yeah.
Yeah, that's us. You know, we just want to.
We got a lot of situations, a lot of stories.
Yeah,
and
there's maybe throughout the time, you know, we'll just make videos and maybe at some point like get on a podcast together because we do have some equipment coming in and we're planning on like, you know, talking more about our life and our marriage and maybe help somebody else that has some issues or questions. I don't know.
Yeah, so
if anybody's interested.
Yeah, if you're interested, let us know. Any specific questions, let us know. We're happy to answer. Honestly, openly, truthfully. Yeah. So that's a little bit of us.
Yep.
A little bit of the beginning of us, I guess.
Yep. So I guess that's it.
Yeah, I guess that's it for our first little video. Okay. See you in the next one.